Welcome back. Tonight, we'll travel to one of the most fascinating countries in human history. Egypt is a land of ancient pyramids, powerful pharaohs, vast deserts, and remarkable discoveries. For thousands of years, it has captured the imagination of travelers, historians, and explorers from around the world. So relax, take a deep breath, and let's begin our journey through Egypt. Fact 1: Egypt is home to one of the oldest civilizations on Earth. Egypt's history stretches back more than 5,000 years. Long before many modern nations existed, ancient Egyptians were building cities, developing writing systems, and creating remarkable monuments. Their achievements continue to fascinate people today. Fact 2: The Nile River made ancient Egypt possible. The Nile River is the longest river in Africa. For thousands of years, its annual floods provided fertile soil for farming. Without the Nile, ancient Egyptian civilization might never have developed. Many historians call it the lifeline of Egypt. Fact 3: Most Egyptians live near the Nile. Although Egypt is a large country, most of its land is covered by desert. As a result, the majority of the population lives near the Nile River and its delta. From above, the river appears like a green ribbon crossing a sea of sand. Fact 4: The Great Pyramid was once the tallest structure on Earth. The Great Pyramid of Giza remained the tallest human-made structure in the world for nearly 4,000 years. Built around 4,500 years ago, it continues to amaze engineers and historians. Millions of stone blocks were used in its construction. Fact 5: Ancient Egyptians loved cats. Cats were highly respected in ancient Egypt. They helped protect food supplies by hunting rodents and snakes. Over time, cats became associated with protection and good fortune. Some were even honored in religious traditions. Fact 6: Egypt has more than 100 pyramids. Many people know the pyramids of Giza. However, Egypt actually contains more than 100 pyramids. They were built over many centuries by different rulers. Some remain well preserved, while others have been worn down by time. Fact 7: Pharaohs ruled for thousands of years. Ancient Egypt was ruled by kings and queens known as pharaohs. These rulers governed one of the world's most powerful civilizations. Some pharaohs became famous for military victories, while others were remembered for monuments and temples. Fact 8: The Sphinx remains a mystery. Near the Great Pyramid stands the Great Sphinx. This enormous statue has the body of a lion and the head of a human. Although it has stood for thousands of years, many questions about its construction remain unanswered. Fact 9: Hieroglyphics were used for writing. Ancient Egyptians developed a writing system known as hieroglyphics. These symbols represented sounds, objects, and ideas. For centuries, scholars could not understand them. That changed after the discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Fact 10: The Rosetta Stone helped unlock ancient Egypt. The Rosetta Stone contained the same text written in different scripts. Because of this, scholars were finally able to decipher hieroglyphics. This discovery opened a window into ancient Egyptian history. Fact 11: Egypt has some of the world's most famous tombs. Many pharaohs were buried in elaborate tombs. The Valley of the Kings contains dozens of royal burial sites. These tombs were filled with treasures, artwork, and objects intended for the afterlife. Fact 12: King Tutankhamun's tomb was found nearly intact. In 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun. Unlike many other royal tombs, it had remained largely untouched. The discovery became one of the most famous archaeological finds in history. Fact 13: Egypt connects Africa and Asia. Egypt occupies a unique geographic position. It sits in northeastern Africa while also extending into Asia through the Sinai Peninsula. For thousands of years, this location made Egypt an important crossroads for trade and travel. Fact 14: The Sahara covers much of Egypt. The Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert on Earth. A significant portion of Egypt lies within this vast landscape. Despite its harsh conditions, the desert contains beautiful dunes, rock formations, and hidden oases. Fact 15: Ancient Egyptians built massive temples. Throughout Egypt, enormous temples were constructed to honor gods and rulers. Some of these structures remain standing today. Their columns, statues, and carvings continue to impress visitors from around the world. Fact 16 Mummies were created to preserve the dead. Ancient Egyptians believed that life continued after death. Because of this belief, they developed a process called mummification. The goal was to preserve the body for the afterlife. Some mummies have survived for thousands of years, providing valuable information about ancient Egyptian life. Fact 17 Cleopatra lived closer to modern times than to the pyramids. Many people imagine Cleopatra living during the age of the pyramids. In reality, the Great Pyramid of Giza was already ancient when Cleopatra was born. She lived closer in time to the modern era than to the construction of the pyramids. Fact 18 Alexandria was once home to a legendary library. The city of Alexandria was founded by Alexander the Great. It later became one of the most important centers of learning in the ancient world. Its famous library was said to contain hundreds of thousands of scrolls. Scholars traveled from distant lands to study there. Fact 19 Egypt has beautiful coral reefs. While many people think of deserts and pyramids, Egypt is also famous for its coastline. The Red Sea contains vibrant coral reefs filled with colorful fish and marine life. Divers from around the world visit Egypt to explore these underwater landscapes. Fact 20 Abu Simbel was moved to save it. The temples of Abu Simbel were carved directly into rock more than 3,000 years ago. When a large dam project threatened to flood the site, an international effort carefully relocated the temples piece by piece. It remains one of the greatest preservation projects ever completed. Fact 21 The ancient Egyptians used a solar calendar. Ancient Egyptians closely observed the movement of the sun. They developed a calendar containing 365 days. This system helped farmers predict seasonal changes and organize agricultural activities. Fact 22 Egypt has some of the world's largest ancient statues. Massive stone statues can be found throughout Egypt. Many represent pharaohs, gods, and important historical figures. Some stand several stories tall and have survived thousands of years of wind and weather. Fact 23 The Nile contains unique wildlife. The Nile River supports a wide variety of animals. Fish, birds, turtles, and crocodiles have lived along its waters for centuries. Ancient Egyptians often included these creatures in their artwork and stories. Fact 24 Ancient builders achieved incredible precision. One reason the pyramids continue to amaze researchers is their remarkable accuracy. Many structures were aligned with surprising precision despite being built thousands of years ago. Exactly how some of these achievements were accomplished remains a subject of study. Fact 25 Egypt has hundreds of archaeological sites. New discoveries continue to be made throughout the country. Archaeologists regularly uncover tombs, statues, temples, and ancient settlements. Each discovery helps historians learn more about life in ancient Egypt. Fact 26 The Suez Canal connects two seas. One of Egypt's most important modern landmarks is the Suez Canal. This artificial waterway connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. Ships traveling between Europe and Asia often use this route. It remains one of the world's most important trade passages. Fact 27 Ancient Egyptians wore makeup. Both men and women in ancient Egypt used cosmetics. These products were often made from natural minerals. In addition to appearance, some believed makeup could help protect their eyes from sunlight and dust. Fact 28 Egyptian temples were filled with color. Today many ancient temples appear gray or sandy in color. However, thousands of years ago they were often painted with bright reds, blues, greens, and golds. Time gradually faded much of this artwork. Fact 29 Egypt is home to many oases. Hidden within the desert are fertile regions known as oases. These areas contain water sources that allow plants, animals, and people to thrive. For centuries, travelers relied on oases during long journeys across the desert. Fact 30 Ancient Egyptians loved board games. People in ancient Egypt enjoyed entertainment just like we do today. One popular game was called Senet. Although the exact rules are not fully known, game boards have been discovered in tombs and archaeological sites. Fact 31 Egypt experiences very little rain. Many regions of Egypt receive extremely low amounts of rainfall each year. Some areas may go months or even years without significant precipitation. This makes the Nile even more important for life throughout the country. Fact 32. Ancient Egyptians were skilled engineers. From canals and temples to massive monuments, Egyptian engineers completed projects that continue to impress modern experts. Their work required planning, organization, and remarkable technical knowledge. Fact 33. The desert preserves history. Egypt's dry climate has helped preserve ancient artifacts. Objects made of wood, cloth, and paper have survived far longer than they might have elsewhere. This preservation provides valuable clues about the past. Fact 34. Tourism plays an important role. Millions of visitors travel to Egypt each year. Many come to see the pyramids, temples, museums, and historical sites. Others visit the Red Sea, deserts, and modern cities. Egypt remains one of the world's most iconic travel destinations. Fact 35. Egypt continues to inspire the world. Even after thousands of years, Egypt remains a source of fascination. Its monuments, history, myths, and discoveries continue to capture the imagination of people everywhere. The more we learn about Egypt, the more remarkable it seems. And that brings us to the end of our journey through Egypt. From the mighty Nile to the towering pyramids, from ancient pharaohs to modern cities, Egypt remains one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. Thank you for joining us on this relaxing adventure. Until next time, sleep well.